My favorite segment of the show are predictions, where I will distance myself from Jared Lloyd. I will pull out like I'm running the 100 and he's running a marathon. Here we go, Jared. Bountiful at Lone Peak. Who do you like in the first game?
Well, I'm going to pick Lone Peak in this one. I like their defense. I don't think Bountiful has enough to get. Every year this is a good game, but I think Lone Peak wins this one.
I'm going to take Bountiful in a surprise, because I think Lone Peak lost a lot of players. I think they're going to have a game or two to get it going. So I'm going to take Bountiful in an upset.
Okay, that's a very intriguing first-round matchup, first-game matchup, as are a lot of these. Like the next one, Riverton at Timpanogos. You talked a lot about the T-Wolves. Do you stick with them?
Two good teams here. I do. I take Timpanogos in this one. Riverton's pretty good, but Timpanogos at home, I think they'll be okay.
I'm going to take the Timberwolves as well. I think Riverton going on the road. I like the home field advantage. I think they're a very talented team. This could be the start of something good. We'll see. But I think Timpanogos wins the game.
Our next game is one that surprised a lot of people. Springville went down there last year and got manhandled to Dixie. Dixie comes back for the return game. I like Springville in a little bit of a revenge game here. They didn't forget that game last year.
Well, I know they didn't forget it, but it's not going to make any difference. Dixie is big. They are talented. They are strong. They're fast. They're going to win this game. Springville's not going. They're still acclimating themselves to Hanson's approach, which is different than Doug Bills' approach was there for years. So I think they'll still be acclimating themselves. I take Dixie in this game. Okay, the next game we're going to look at, Copper Hills at Payson. Payson with a new head coach. Who do you take in this one?
I like Copper Hills. Payson, we saw they were kind of the surprise story last year with Colby Knight. All the magic he did in the preseason, and then the wheels came off. And I think they're going to take a while to get it going. I like Copper Hills.
Well, I think it might take a little while for them to get going, but they always seem to have Copper Hills' number. Every year they start out with Copper Hills, and they always seem to find a way to beat them. I'm going to take the Lions. Yeah, I think the Lions win this game.
Okay, one for the win column for me right there. We got Mountain View at Pine View. Jared, this is the long bus ride to St. George. What do you think? Is that going to make any difference?
Well, you look at these two teams. You've got a team that was 5A going down to 4A, a team that was 3A going up to 4A. You would think the 5A team has a significant advantage. No. Pineview wins this game. Pineview's too big and talented. They're going to beat a Mountain View team that's still trying to find their identity.
Well, you're right, and this is not a really good preseason draw for Mountain View. To have to go all the way down there and get beat up by Pineview, I don't think it's a good thing, but I'm going to take Pineview as well.
Okay. On to our next game, Alta at Spanish Fork. Interesting. Spanish Fork lost a lot. Who do you have?
Spanish Fork lost everybody, so I like Alta. I think it's going to take a little bit for this team to get. This team's probably a year away. I don't like Spanish Fork yet. They may come on at the end of the year, but I think this team's going to struggle early on.
Doesn't happen often, but I completely agree with you. They lost so many skilled players. I mean, I think they've got some talent on both lines, but they lost a lot of their skilled guys. I think they're going to struggle in this game against a very good Alta team.
One of the most intriguing first week matchups, in my opinion, American Fork at Provo. This is a tough one for me to call, but Jared, I'm going to take American Fork. As I said earlier, I like them to win the region. They're big, they're strong. They got a lot of guys coming back. I think it's too much for Provo.
This to me is a statement game for both teams. This is a game where you're going to come out and really learn a lot in that first game. And I'm going to take American Fork as well. I think Provo's losses in the skill positions are also going to be difficult in this first game against a good American Fork team, even though not one that I think is going to win the region. American Fork wins this football game.
I remember they're going to be fourth.
Third or fourth, yeah, that's my spot for them. Okay, the last game. This is the biggest one in my opinion. Pleasant Grove at Timpview, two region champions returning. Who do you have?
On paper, it might be from last year, but it's all Timpview in this one. Jared, I know since Pleasant Grove almost beat Timpview that you're probably going to take your Vikings in an upset, but no, Timpview is too much. Timpview wins this game every year. It is competitive, but
give me a score. This is a big game. What do you think the score is going to be?
28-10, 28-14 range.
Okay, 28-10, 28-14. I'm going to say it's going to be close to what it was last year. I'm going to say it's a 2017 game. Timpview does win. They're at home. They do win this game. 2017 will be the score.
Okay.
Well, that's all we have time for today. Thanks for joining us for One-on-One. We'll be back again next week to talk a little bit of girls soccer, some volleyball, a lot of sports going on. And, of course, we'll talk about football and everything that's happening in the state of Utah.